Plumbers came back, and
Yeah.
he said to me, "Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to fix the leak, or do you want to put a new tap on there because it is like leaking?" And I went, "Okay, put a new tap on there." So he put a new tap on there.
Yep.
He managed to get this isolation valve into what he calls the sweet spot, which is basically means it stops it from leaking.
Yeah.
He says,
Nice.
but you may want to change that at a later date because they are a bit dodgy, those isolation valves. He says, but
Okay. Yeah.
at the moment it's okay. But so it's all good. I've got a new tap. It's not leaking anymore. The only thing that got me was the £276 price.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yes. I was like, what?
You think?
Because they came back the day before as well, so they had to charge me to call out for that, and they had to charge me call out for the Friday as well. That's the trouble because there's nothing they can do about
Yeah.
that. You know, that's charged by their boss, not them. So,
Right.
and it's £65 a call out. So that's before they even walk in the door. You know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I wonder if the city would help you
Oh,
cover
Brent's
that.
here.
I don't know.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Brent, what's going on, man?
Hey, yes.
How are those Carolinas treating you?
Pretty good so far. It ain't too hot. Does it rain at Singapore a lot?
I'd say that it's like overall like a 40% chance. So
Yeah.
like
I'd say
40% of
50,
our races
almost
had some weather.
yeah, but I'd almost say 50 almost. It it does when it hits Singapore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I just did a practice thing and it was like raining already. Making sure it wasn't just useless.
It's history. Bureau config. What is this? Zone control. Shit.
Yeah, Dom, did you change your router because you wanted to, or was it because your ISP sending you messages saying it's now getting old and out of date?
Trying to remember why we. Well, I think we were getting inconsistent signal with our ISP with the old modem. And
Right.
so we had a guy come over and say, "Oh yeah, we have like a newer model."
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they gave us this newer model. He did a test to see if the coaxial cable was receiving proper signal. He said there was actually too much signal coming in, whatever that meant. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that can be equally as bad actually, even though it doesn't sound like it can be. But yeah, it can be if the signal's too high, then
right.
it can create even more problems.
Yeah, so he had this big measurement tool thing, and
Mm-hmm.
um, there was actually an outage on our whole street, I think earlier that week. But anyways, yeah, so he gave us this new modem, but like after doing a little bit of research on this new modem, a lot of people say that it's
So it's rubbish.
consistent. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we got the same over here, Dom. I've got an old modem, and my ISP keeps sending me messages saying, "Oh, it's no longer going to be updated with any updates, so it could be a security risk problem. So please change it." And I'm going, okay. So before I always do that, I go on all the forums, and
Yeah.
the only one they're offering me is this thing called a Hub 4, which is the latest model. And so I look up Hub 4 and then look up all the comments underneath, and everyone underneath saying, "Oh, this is rubbish. Always keeps cutting out. Always keeps resetting itself." And I'm like, well, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do that then. So I'm keeping mine for as long as possible. I mean, eventually they're just going to force it on me, obviously, and say, "Right, that's it. You're not getting the internet unless you change over." But yeah, I mean, there's a big message
Can't
on my.
use any router that you want to.
No,
You have
no,
to use something. Oh,
you
that's
have to,
fucked up.
you have to use theirs. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on with mine, but I've gotten kicked out 4 times so far. So who knows what it is?
Probably have to start a new room anyways, but we'll just wait until Joe
That's all right.
gets here.
I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need any practice. Okay, I'm not getting any better. But I get kicked out of the party too, and it says LAN cables not connected. And I have a little world up there with a red dot on it. Earth with a red dot. I think that means I'm not connected to the internet. I don't know how I'm talking to you guys. I'm not connected to the internet.
It's magic. Harry Potter's waving his magic wand.
There's no boost at the top, whatever the hell boost is. I have no boost. I'm not even on the game.
But like on my router, Don, yeah, it's been absolutely fine. But these last few months, the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out, yeah, and I'm convinced it's the ISP doing that, so that I get so annoyed with it that that I'm going to change. I'm convinced, because why would it suddenly be doing it now when it was perfect before, and now they keep sending me messages saying you got to change it? I'm convinced they're doing it. I swear.
Yeah, I've got no idea. Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out and see what the hell's going on. Yeah, it was working before. Like, when I say it was working before, it wasn't randomly resetting every Monday. The internet was sketchy, but at least there'd be periods of like weeks where it would work. But like now, it's like every Monday it keeps cutting out. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, well, mine does reset every Monday as well, I must admit. So, but it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's when it usually resets. So it's well after this is finished.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a setting that I'm missing. Like, I'm going through all the tabs on my my modem configuration, and I don't see it here. So I have no freaking idea what's going on. Yeah, man.
Trouble is, that could be a setting that only they control. You see, doing a reset. There might not be anything you could do about it. Oh yeah, they do that. They do that, Mikey. Yeah.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Joe's there.
Hey, Joe.
Hey. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I had to deal with a coughing fit. Cool.
Did you like swallow some spit the wrong way or what?
Yeah. It was Emily that was coughing, so I had to go get her some water. No, Dom, it wasn't me. I coughed the least out of the people in the household, I think.
I can attest to that. You actually, I've seen you get really annoyed when like Steph accidentally like has water down the wrong way or something and like starts coughing.
She does it a lot. After all these years.
Yeah,
know,
but you
just-
get visibly upset. Like you.
Yeah, it's
You
just,
really don't like it.
just drink the water and don't choke on it. I mean, it's only so many times you can watch a grown-ass adult choke on water. I mean, it's just like
I feel like it's an honest mistake, and you
it's
just
an
kinda-
honest mistake if it happens once a month, but if it happens like every other meal, it's just like Jesus Christ. How has genetics survived this long? Like at some point during the
Oh.
evolutionary process, he should have been eliminated somehow with like choking on water.
Speaking of water, Dave's got a story to tell you.
Yeah, I think if you said all you need to say, Dave.
I think I have, yeah. I think I have.
So what happened, Dave? What happened that involves water?
I'll be very quick, Joe, because the lads have already heard it. I don't want to bore them to death. In fact, they've heard it twice now, so...
Okay.
Right, so I'll be very quick. Okay, so I was going to bed Wednesday, and I usually just go and check my taps before I go to bed, and because one of them's leaking, I just make sure it's turned off properly. And I thought, hang on, this seems to be leaking a lot more than it should be. But it wasn't, it was leaking at the same rate. Anyway, I could hear this drip, 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 so I went, that's not the tap. So I quickly did the understairs, the under cupboard under the sink, and it was gushing water out the bottom of the tap. I went, oh, God. So I rang the plumber, and they said, yeah, I'll be about 4 hours. So I literally got a bowl underneath it every 5 minutes, emptying his bowl. Anyway, plumber comes round. He says,
I know where this is going.
he says, yeah, I'll fix it for you. So he fixes the leak.
Hey, see what the room, Joe. Let me try again.
Okay.
So he fixes the leak, but I can't turn my water off outside because the water board, the mains water can't be cut off properly, not fully. It cuts off a little bit, but not fully.
There we go.
So I said, well, there is an isolation valve underneath the sink. I said, you could try that and see if it turns it off. And so he turns the isolation valve off, and he goes, oh, no. I said, what's the matter? He says, the isolation valve's leaking. I went,
That happens all the time, though.
Yeah, it does. True, it does.
I mean, I don't know if we call it an isolation valve, but I think we call it a shut-off valve, but they always leak.
Yeah. I said, well, can you replace that? And he says, no, I can't. He says, because it's under mains pressure. You'd have to turn the mains off completely to do that. Otherwise, it's just going to go everywhere. I went, oh. Anyway, he managed to get it in sort of a spot where it wasn't leaking, you see. I went, oh, thank you. Anyway, so the leak was fixed. I went, thank you very much. Off he went. 10 minutes later, Joe, I just got the torch out, had to look under the sink, and there was just drip, drip, drip coming from the same place again. I went, oh, God. Anyway, it wasn't as bad. Obviously, it wasn't gushing like it was before.
Is there a screw? Is there a screw on the...
No, it's a screw fitting, yeah. But
yeah, can you tighten the Phillips head screwdriver that's holding on the handle?
No, it's just like a where you screw it into, and there's an olive inside, and it holds it on that way. It's copper pipe, and it holds it on.
Right. I know the configuration. I just usually the handle itself. I know the thing is soldered on, but the handle itself that goes into the valve stem is usually threaded on with a Phillips head screw. And sometimes if you can tighten that screw up a little bit, it'll help.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so it was just dripping a little bit. So I thought, okay. So I rang the plumber back, and I said, look, because it was like 5 o'clock in the evening.
Same guy that fixed it the first time, right?
Same guy that fixed it the first time, yeah. So I rang him back, and I said, because it was like nearly 5 o'clock in the evening. I said, look, it's getting late now. I said, it's only dripping a little bit, so I can put a bowl underneath it. I said, but can you come back tomorrow? He says, yeah, no problem. I'll come back tomorrow. So next day he comes back. It's actually 2 of them this time, different blokes, and he says to me, okay, you've got 2 choices. I can either repair the leak for you, he says, or I'll put a new tap on for you. He says, because obviously the tap is leaking, and it's been leaking for quite a few years. So I was umming and ahhing, and I'm thinking to myself, well, they're here, they're repairing a leak on the tap. I might as well just get the tap done at the same time, mightn't I? That makes sense.
Is the sink the actual?
Yeah, the sink tap. It's a the faucet.
The faucet. Thanks.
The faucet. Yeah, the faucet. Yeah. It's a mixer tap as well. You've got hot and cold on the same thing. Yep. So I ummed and ahed for about 5 minutes, and I thought, well, it seems a bit stupid if he's going to be here fixing the leak, not to replace the tap as well, because obviously I want a water meter as well. So that leak's costing me money in water because it's constantly dripping. So I went, okay, put a new tap on as well. So he put a new tap on, which automatically fixed the leak because the leak was coming from underneath the tap, the old tap. So obviously replacing the tap has cured the leak as well. So he's fixed the leak, and also the isolation valve. He's managed to get into like a sweet spot where it doesn't leak anymore. He just has to keep turning the little screw until it basically stops leaking, and then you leave it like that. He says, it may leak in the future. He says those valves are a bit dodgy, but I think I've got it. He says, so there you go. Anyway, I've been checking it the last 2 days, and it's been absolutely fine. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
It kind of sucks he didn't fix the isolation valve though, because it is going to leak again, and it's kind of like it's so frustrating when it does, because you're going to keep spinning it back and forth trying to find that spot.
Exactly. But I say it's still under mains pressure, and I can't turn the water off outside, because when I had a part put on my boiler last year, he went to turn the water off outside, and he says it isn't turning it fully off. It's like 80% turning it off. He says, but I can still do the repair because I can be in and out in 5 minutes. He just put a bucket underneath the boiler, and he managed to swap it over because the water pressure had dropped down anyway, so it wasn't gushing out. Now the problem is, this is what else they discovered. My stopcock inside the house doesn't turn the water off, so I need a new stopcock. But obviously,
Why doesn't the county? Well, here it'd be the county, but I don't know what they would call it over there. Why aren't they the ones fixing the main where you can turn it off? That's who would fix it here.
The main attached to your house, Brent?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I think we're responsible for that where I am.
No.
I'm pretty
Here,
sure.
I'm not. Like the one right off. Like
Oh,
out
you know
in the
what?
front yard.
You're right. The one that's actually located outside.
Yeah, coming right off the main.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I'm right. The water company is responsible for that. You're right.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, when he said about the stopcock not working, I went, and the outside stopcock not working, I said, okay, no problem, I'll ring the water board. So I did this in October, and they said, okay, we'll come out and look at it. They came out 2 weeks later and looked at it. Then they sent me an email saying, we've investigated it. There is a problem, but it needs further investigation. We'll email you when we fixed it. So I went, okay, fine. Anyway, so it's come...
CSI to fix this?
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? So it's come around now 8 months later, Joe, that this has happened. I've got a leak now, and I've got no way of turning the water off. So while I was waiting for the plumber to turn up, I rang the water board, and because I would just naturally assume, Joe, that they'd fixed it. They hadn't bothered to send me an email, or it had gone into my spam folder, and I hadn't seen it. You'd think after 8 months, wouldn't you, that they'd fixed it? So I rang them, and I explained the situation, and I says, "Oh, have you fixed it?" And the woman, she was very nice, and I was very polite. I wasn't having a go at her, and she went, "Oh, no, it's not fixed." She says, "Your case is still open." And I went, "Are you serious? After 8 months?" And she says, "Yeah, and I have no idea why it hasn't been fixed."
I mean, it's going to come to the point, Dave, where you have to call your homeowner's insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to eventually do damage to something.
Well, yeah, I mean, because at the moment still I can't physically turn the water off fully. It turns it down, but it doesn't turn it off. So if something really bad happens, yeah.
I had to replace the whole floor in my kitchen because of that.
Yeah, it's pretty serious stuff.
It sucked. Having to do the joist and everything.
Anyway, the moral of the story is, Joe, I got a new tap. Very happy. I just wasn't happy about the 276 quid it cost me in the end.
Well, that doesn't sound outrageous for the plumber, no? I mean, what is that like?
No, it wasn't outrageous. It's just
that seems pretty fair. That's like
do the math here.
It's like $190.
Yeah, and that was including the tap. That was including the tap as well.
Call.
That included the tap as well.
What'd you say, Brent?
I said, that's nice. That's like a service call.
I know, that seems very reasonable, especially if they fix the tap too. Like, I could easily see that job being a couple $100, $300-400.
Yeah, $366 US.
Oh, that's right. It goes the other way. Okay.
Yeah, 276 pounds sterling, right, Dave?
That's it. Yeah, 276. Yeah.
It's the Canadian that goes.
It's the Canadian that goes the other way. Yeah, if I had the same service that Dave got, it would cost me. Oh, come on now. Where's my country? Oh, $506.
Wow.
Okay, you'll be part of the U.S. soon.
Yeah. Fucking Mr. 51st State. Joe's in-laws call me that, Mr. 51st State.
Let's see. Plug this. All right. I had you guys plugged into the amplifier thing, which was every time Dave spoke, it was vibrating my buns. So
No, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was two blokes. Took about half an hour, and that included the price
Dave,
for tap
please,
as well.
please.
What?
It wasn't too bad. It was two blokes. Took a half an hour.
And that included the tap as well. Don't forget. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, 276. So. Now, Joe, I've got some bad news about Codemasters.
Oh, you get some more bad news about Codemasters?
I have got some more bad news. Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, one sec. Before you tell me the bad news, who are we missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're missing somebody. No, I don't think it's Jamie. Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, Dave. What's the bad news about Codemasters other than some of the stuff I read this week?
Right. Well, you probably read that they've stopped the WRC game and they've relinquished the license to it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a big deal at all to me. They seem like they made a really big deal out of nothing with that.
No, but here is the big deal. Since the start of this year, they've been doing it in stages. They have let go 2,200 employees at Codemasters.
Wait a minute. Codemasters had over 2,000 employees.
Yeah, right. I feel like that surprises me.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I would have
really.
thought Codemasters was like less than 200 or 300.
No. They've got
Codemasters. Okay, so maybe EA is cleaning up the company a little bit because that seems like a shit ton of people to make. How many games do they make?
Exactly. But here's
2,000 people to make
yes
minor changes to the F1 game.
I know.
On an annual basis?
I know.
What?
I know.
That's almost
How
hard
do
to
they make
believe.
any money?
Mind blowing.
That's insane.
I know it is.
Don't they
I know it
hire
is.
them over at Rockstar so they might be able to finish a game once?
Yeah, seriously. If Codemasters has
Because I bet
2,000
they have
people,
200 people. They have 200 people at Rockstar.
well, right. I mean, if Codemasters has 2,000 people with the budget they must have for their games, then Rockstar must have, I don't know, the entire country of Canada working on the game.
I don't think they do. That's why they can't finish a fucking game in 10 years, 12 years, or 15 years. Or whatever.
That's Dave. I don't mean to seem speculative, or or whatever the word is, but I have a real hard time with that number. Are you sure it's not 200 people?
No, it's definitely 2,000. Yeah, and he's
like, I'm in charge of making the shoelaces for this game, and that's what I do during the week.
Seriously,
I'm drawing the
what
shoelaces.
Like, do they have like a guy that gets coffee? Like, how is that possible?
Dave, are these like
2,000
freelance people, or are they like salary based?
They're-
Working out of the Birmingham studio.
no.
You can't even fit 2,000 people in that building.
No. Hang on. Let me finish.
Okay.
They had two studios in the UK. They expanded in 2000, so they had two studios.
Oh, okay. And,
What-
well, the Codemasters also bought out.
Slightly Mad and Evolution
Slightly Mad-
Studios. And Evolution
Right, so those-
Studios.
Yeah, so that would so if you're including those two studios that weren't part of Codemasters 10 years ago, I could see the number being somewhat inflated.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how many you could take the best people from those studios and let the kind of unfortunately let the rest of them go, right?
Mhm.
If you were only building two racing games a year, let's say, and
Yeah.
even that's okay. So you know what, man, maybe that makes sense. Maybe that's smart business for EA to do.
Right.
I mean,
But
I would let some people go if I had 2,000 people making one game.
But here's the real problem. You know, you had one studio making F1 and one other studio making F1, so we got a good F1 game every 2 years.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's now gone. They have shut the other studio. The studio was doing the WRC and it was also doing the other F1 game as well. That is now gone. And some of the employees have been redeployed to their one remaining studio, which is in Birmingham. But
I don't think that's a bad thing, Dave. I think that's a good thing. Take
Well,
the best
no.
people from the other studio, put it
Yeah.
in their main studio, and then, you know, instead of having one studio do 1 year and one studio do the other year, I mean, it's just, I
yeah,
don't think that's necessary.
I always thought that was a daft decision anyway. To be honest,
Yeah,
I don't know why it was done like that. Really don't.
I think Drum's ready. Drum.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Dom. All right, we're
drummer's
just
ready.
Dave's just discussing some business stuff. How's the settings look, Dom? Because I was a little frazzled when I came in.
I didn't check.
Oh Jesus, I'm sorry.
My internet cut out before you got here, so I was checking my ISP settings.
Okay.
But here's the real worst news, Jay.
Okay.
Codemasters haven't signed for F126. They've got until October to sign, but they haven't still yet signed on the
Okay.
license.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that either, because if they don't sign with the license, then what did EA spend all that money on? Right?
Well, yeah, but what did
Right.
they?
So EA is not going to let the license go without something else to offset their costs in buying the whole studio. So EA must have like a 10, 15-year plan right off the bat for Codemasters, and part of that plan has to be the F1 license. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, but
NASCAR license is taken.
Who did
Yeah, but-
iRacing join?
iRacing is working with iRacing bought Monster Games,
And they're doing the NASCAR, right?
and they in conjunction with iRacing are doing the NASCAR game, and they have a much bigger budget now because of the iRacing studio being affiliated with them, as opposed to before they had these sort of unknown publishers and lacking budgets and things. I think they'll do a much better job. But Dave, if they spent all that money, what did they spend to get Codemasters? Something ridiculous?
1.2 billion. But here's the problem,
Okay.
Joe. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think they were expecting when they brought them in 2020, because don't forget, this was the year of COVID. Everyone was at home. Everyone was playing the game, buying the game.
Okay.
Sales were up the roof. I don't think they were expecting F124, which is now like another 3 games down the line, 75% drop off in sales.
No, they probably weren't. But at the same time, they're probably smart enough to have not had all their eggs in one basket, and they probably thought that over the course of the licensing lifespan, they're going to see some ups and downs. And they probably looked at the downward turn of 24, and they said, look, we'll clean it all up. We'll put everybody together in one studio. We'll get rid of the residual, and we'll focus on that game in particular for a little while, because that's their big IP. So I think
They've
overall,
got some cards in their pocket too. With
I think everything you just said is good news, Dave. Really, if you're concerned about the F1 game, I think they can. There's no reason why that studio, with even with the huge cuts you're talking about, couldn't output the F1 game annually, and then every other year or every whatever put out one of those grid games or whatever else they decide to make. I think that would be totally doable. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, Dave. Everything you just told me sounds like good news. I had always wondered why there were 2 studios. I always thought that was ridiculous. Alternating between... I mean, it was one thing when the Call of Duty games did it, because those were totally different games every other year. But this is like identical games almost each year, like almost an update. And to have another studio doing it, I mean, it's like, what do they do? Hand over the most recent code to them, and then they take the code and run with it, and then the other team gets it back at the end of the fiscal year, and they're supposed to.
I did ask David Greco that on Twitter, and he did actually reply to me and said no, they actually shifted between departments. So and he was the overall boss of the handling department, and he would go between the 2 studios every year and basically be like floating around, which I think is a bit ridiculous myself.
Yeah. So it sounds like EA cleaned things up. EA's been in business for a long time, and they make a lot of money. I don't think they're a stupid company. They may not be very liked, but they're not a stupid company, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, Dave. Dom, did you get a chance to take a peek at that, just so I had a second set of eyes?
You know what I would be worried about? Hitting the fucking X button. The Leafs are playing tonight, and I want to watch the third period.
I apologize, Dom. Everything looked good?
Everything did look good, yes.
Okay, thanks. All right, let's roll it. Let's roll it. Okay, there we go. Here we go. All right, the Leafs. The Leafs.
The Leafs.
I mean, come on. The what?
The Buds,
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Okay. It's cool. Randy, is it still 1-0 Leafs?
3-1 Leafs.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, it's almost like that time they lost to Boston.
Shh, 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 shh.
They're playing
Don't
Florida
remind
though,
me
so
of my
that's a tall
trauma.
order.
I think it was 3-1 against Boston that fateful year.
Yep, I remember that 50.
You remember that, Randy? I didn't even know anything about hockey, but I remember Dom telling me about that when I first met him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were down by like 3 or 4 goals or something, and they got it all back in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes.
That was funny. It's a funny video.
Hilarious.
It's not funny. Not funny. Oh,
I haven't heard
Rainy
Dusty yet, have you?
qualifying, Rainy race.
Rain.
Oh, there he
Rain
is!
qualifying.
Dusty!
Better get out quick, and just in case the track's deteriorating, you want to
Way
get out
go.
quick on your setup.
It's all we're already on inters, aren't we? My
Yeah, it
Ty-
should be inters right now, but you want to get out quick just in case the track's getting worse.
I always
yeah,
like
that's right.
I always like to get out quick.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's changing, but whenever I see rain at the start of qualifying, I try to get out as quick as possible,
Yep.
just in case. It doesn't look like it's raining too hard. Smart to ask for a weather report too on your radio. Oh. Like I said, the rain's going to be drying up in 5 minutes' time. Actually, yeah, the track seems relatively dry. I'm gonna be taking it easy, Dustin. I actually gotta cool my tires a little bit.
What's a good temperature to have, Matt, Dom, you know?
Between 70 and 80 for inters.
Hot.
And then I think full wets is between 60 and 70, if I'm not mistaken. 10 degrees. I'm in Celsius, though.
About the same amount of roasting.
You bastard. Oh. Oh. Yep. Damn. Yeah. had light damage on the wing, and that was it. It took the damn thing off, the right front off. Left front, the right front off. Yeah.
What happened, Randy? I passed you on the inside, but
I think I clipped the inside of the wall where I only had like a little bit of damage on the front wing, but it clipped
right.
the part of the track where it opens up for the to push it through, and it clipped it and got it and blasted the wind, the front end, ripped it off.
Dave, if you're on a cooldown lap, I might catch you. I don't know.
Okay, we've only got one remaining.
I am on a cooldown.
10-4.
I've gone right on the apex.
Thanks, Dave.
Watch out. Oh, cock! I'm in the barrier, whoever's behind me. Oh, there's no one behind me. Yeah, I let Joe pass and then lost me braking on the next corner because I was out of position on the track. And now I've got no wing. Is that you behind me, MK? Oh, that's alright then. Christ, I almost took my wheel off then. Steady, Dave.
It stopped raining. Or it's certainly slowing down.
That's it.
How much time is left? 11 minutes.
I always like to bin it at the start. I do very rarely bin it, actually, I must admit. I think my binning record is probably just behind Joe's.
Are you talking about your car or the ones that you?
In or to be
I like that, Fred. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
It's getting faster out there.
My car's fine, but everyone else I've smashed to pieces. Oh dear.
Oh damn!
Oh, let's not give Joe any more PTSD over that.
Nah, it's been long enough. I recovered.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's all right then.
Okay, our best lap so far is a 1 minute 47.1. We're 7th in the speed trap, 177.9 miles per hour.
Right, who have we got here? Gomez, 2 seconds ahead of me. What's going on?
The track's pretty quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should get out there, get a few laps in. Everyone ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
You say 80, Dom?
You got 80?
No, did you say 80? I didn't hear you properly.
I said 78.
I was 78.
I'm never gonna get back out, am I?
I'm right behind you, so I didn't get the warning that said, "Oh, you're coming in."
I know.
Shit.
I
thought you were going out.
No,
Shit.
I'm screwed. No way, right? You think?
No way. Sorry, man.
Yep. I made a mistake on my first attempt at that lap, and I figured I either bail on it and try to go again, or I get a banker lap in just in case.
Ah, there's Dusty.
So our fastest lap is a 1:35.0.
Uh-oh.
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 Bye, Dom.
Oh, not again.
Oh, he's gonna have an artificial setup again, isn't he? Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, God. Shit. Well, maybe if he checks it before that, maybe if he gets back, because there's still, if nobody readies up, there's still 2 minutes left on the clock.
Unless it does it when Dusty crosses the line.
Yeah, unless it does it when Dusty crosses the line, but.
He does.
Alright, see if it doesn't. See if we can stall it on the screen here. Yeah, don't hit advance and see if we can get back in. Maybe what'll happen is he can get back in and he can shoot. Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Mine hasn't gone yet.
Mine just went.
Mine, Dave. Is that what you're saying?
Alright, I just got the 29-second warning. So if we don't, what is it now? X over on the next screen, he should be able to choose his setup when he gets in. I think what happened last time is he got kicked out after we had already readied up for the race, and then he couldn't get back in to choose his setup, so they gave him the tricked out setup.
Of course, the other problem is he actually here or is he off punching a wall?
No, he's here. I'm sure he's here.
Heavy rain the whole time. But then,
Wow, right. You got rain
Yeah.
all the way home.
Yeah, I've got light rain on my screen. Have you got that? Yeah, that's only
I'm
light.
back.
It's only light rain.
Okay, Dom. You should be able to choose your setup, and you should be okay.
Yep. Just don't turn the session over until I'm back in.
Yeah, I won't.
So annoying. Okay, I'm just rejoining the room right now.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Since you got to check your setup and you're rejoining, just give me 15, 20 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure it's gonna let me. No, it's not gonna let me. What a fucking joke. Let me see what's going on here. What a fucking joke.
So, process of elimination, Dom. Is it just doing it on this game?
So far, but it like my modem is
Maybe.
resetting.
I was
It's
gonna
not a
say,
PlayStation.
shit, Gomez.
Gomez is gone now. Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We lost Gomez, Joe.
I can't pick my
Well,
setup.
I'm here in the chat, but I can't get back in the game.
All right. Let me.
Just send out invites. Don't destroy the race room yet.
Okay.
Just let me join on the old invite.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
What is the forecast for the race? Let me see if I can see that real quick. It's rain. It's 4 rains, a cloud most of the way through. 5 rains and a cloud. All right.
Well, I've only got four rain. Oh no, 5 rains. Yeah.
Just in case I have to reset it.
But that actual rain, that's intermediate tyre rain. That is.
How do you know?
Because it's only one level of raindrops. If you look at the bottom of the screen where it says track 25C, that's now got 2 levels of rain. That means full wet. 7 drops, yeah. But that is saying intermediate conditions for almost the whole of the race. So it could go inters very, very quickly, Joe. Very, very quickly.
Hey, I put enters as the second stint, and it added 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not the primary tire to start with. It's not the best case to start with, but. All right. Well, hopefully we don't have to rebuild the room.
I can't check my. I'm on SimHub right now trying to look at my own setup, but I can't do that unless I'm spectating my own car, and I can't do that right now because I'm basically looking at the pit wall thing because you guys are sitting on the grid. I can't spectate or take control until the lights
All
go
right.
out.
Well, don't worry about it right now, Dom. Let's just race and we'll figure it out later. It's not a big thing.
Yeah, but then my fucking setup's gonna get changed, and then it's gonna make my race null and void.
Well, only
Like,
if
I mean, I can.
it can't. What if we look at it this way? If it doesn't make your setup theoretically, well, I guess then that's too much of a theoretical.
Like,
thing. I was
listen,
gonna say, if it doesn't make
what
it
I
more,
can do
yeah.
is we start the race. I can spectate my car. I'll run over to SimHub and check and see if my setup is default or if it's changed. If it's default, then I just run back to the PlayStation and race as normal. If it's changed, I don't know what to do.
All right, Dom. Well, don't overthink it too much, because if it is changed, setup 1 is obviously the setup you want to use. If they've changed it and made it something other than setup 1, it's not to your advantage. I mean,
right.
So in all reasonability,
I want to use setup 1.
Right. So unless they jump the wings way up or something, which I don't even know if there's anything higher you can go. So, all right, buddy, don't worry about it. So
Yeah,
Gomez
well,
is back, so
just,
we can roll into it then.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just run it, Dom. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry too much.
All right.
Just run the race.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so when I beat you, don't worry about it. Even if I beat you, it doesn't matter. You'll be fine.
Okay. Dave, off the top of your head, do you know what the wings are for setup 1?
45-45.
Yeah.
45-45? Okay.
36-36 for setup 2.
Copy that. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, we're missing Gomez, guys.
No,
yeah.
I don't know if it kicked me again. But I'm here, sort of.
It says he's here.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't taken over yet. He's got a red X, guys.
You gotta figure out how to take over. Okay, I got it.
Okay, let me see.
Yes, he's in there.
All right, Randy, it's counting me down. I'm not driving yet.
Oh, he's got
All right, now I'm driving. Oh, now I drove right into the wall. Yeah, well, it drove me right into the fucking wall. If it kicks me again, I mean, don't worry about it. I've gotten kicked 4 times already, so don't worry about me.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Whoa.
Blimey, if we end up with 2-minute laps, we're going to be over the hour.
Oh yeah. Well, it's supposed to dry up later in the race, so.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yep, 2-minute lap. Don't know.
No.
Whoa. Turn, you bitch.
Okay, good news is my front wing's at 45, so it looks okay right now.
Okay, good.
I see you, Mikey.
Joe, what do your rear tire temps look like?
84.
Push your brake balance all the way to the front. It'll help your rear tires cool down. You'll get more traction.
You mean 50% or higher?
Like 70%.
Really?
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. My rears are at 78, which is in the green. My fronts are at 82. But you don't need front tires at this track, you need rear traction. That's how I was able to close up on you the last few laps.
So maybe eventually they'll start to cool off, right?
Yeah, once they cool off, you can shift the brake balance to where you want the temperatures to be. Especially for the full wet tires because they're such a sensitive tire.
Okay, let's see if we can catch the car ahead. Gap currently 5 seconds.
I called it, Joe. He's just told me intermediate soon.
I don't know how I just got a track limit in that turn. That one we all just came out of.
Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
No worries, buddy.
Oh, you got a track limit on the exit of that corner, Brent?
The one right after the straightaway after the hairpin.
Yeah. If you run it too wide there's a white line. It gives you a warning.
There's a fucking wall there.
Okay,
I know.
stop.
I've
Perfect
never
job on the
agreed
turn
with
in
that
there, mate.
penalty,
Looks like
but
a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
I'm boxing this lap, Brent.
Gotcha.
I'm coming out, guys.
Okay, good. Yeah, my rear wing is also at 45, so it does look like I'm on setup 1.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks like my internet's giving me troubles too. I'm just gonna suicide out of here so my car doesn't kill you guys.
I thought you were Randy. I was coming up on Randy and you said that. I was like, oh shit.
I don't
Go,
think
Brent.
it.
Go,
I don't
Brent.
think it
Come on by.
killed
I've been
the
up
car,
since
though.
2:30 a.m.
Shit, it wouldn't let me kill the car.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking.
Let me know if I get a bit laggy, Joe.
10-4.
Hit that wall a ton and it didn't kill the car. That's weird.
Okay,
Do
clear.
you have damage on? Is that...
Yeah, I do.
He's got them.
Yeah, it's on
He's got
reduced.
damage on. Trust me. Trust me. The front wing came off. There you go.
I've hit my car a lot lighter and been out of the race. There it is. Finally killed it. All right, I gotta get up at 5 tomorrow anyway, so
All right,
get out of
buddy.
here.
Have a good week.
Guys.
See you later, guys.
Take it
See you,
easy, man.
guys. Yep, later, man.
Maybe I'm gonna leave. They could figure that.
You good, man. Break, you bastard.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 13.7 seconds.
if they estimate time of arrival of rain clearing up to 10 minutes, guys, just so you know.
The what now?
The rain system, the ETA, the rain clearing off is in 10 minutes.
Oh, I see.
Nice work, mate. That brings you off a place. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there. You're doing well.
Oh, Dom's gone.
Oh, John's gone.
The weather's certainly eased off for the time being, but we've still got a lot of standing water out there. We're happy for you to stay out on the inters for now.
Just a heads up, Randy. Got a little bit of lag, and the leaders are coming up behind you. I'll keep you posted.
0.0 seconds.
Oh my God! Did you hit the wall, or was that lag?
I have no idea what the hell that was, but I'm not.
The internet's been questionable tonight.
Sure has.
Too? I'll get at least some points. That's the first time in a few times that's our table.
gap to the car ahead is 18.8 seconds. Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now.
That's close.
Looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly. approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Our gap to the car in front is 24.0 seconds. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Right, let's go, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
There's Dom.
Am I still in the lead?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, right.
No,
the third.
no, yeah,
Tyres
right.
out, we want to finish the race on this compound.
Nice. Awesome. What tires is my car on? Still enters?
Hearts.
Nice. Nice. How many laps to go?
15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
You're in solid podium position still.
Yeah, I guess. How fast did the weather dry up? What, did the sun come out after I left? What the hell happened?
Just dried out, really.
Okay. That's good. Wow, it is taking the game forever to get back
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
the driver session. That's cool. Well, driver of the day does not go to my ISP.
And the gap behind us is 2.2 seconds.
They have to restart F123. Now I know how Jack Doohan felt putting around Miami after lap 1 with a busted wheel.
Yeah, he's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
What the hell did you just say, Dave?
I said he's out.
He said he died, didn't he?
I didn't understand a damn thing he said.
I understood you, Dave.
Good.
Now,
Yeah, yeah.
most likely. Is he confirmed off?
Almost confirmed it. Alpine have said they're looking at their options for the next Grand Prix. But they haven't formally announced it, obviously. Yeah, 7 races and it's done. I mean, it's just so brutal now, isn't it, F1? You've got to be there, out of the box, performing, otherwise that's your lot.
Yeah, that dude like sucks so bad.
Oh yeah, I agree, but he did suck, yeah.
Like I was wondering why the announcers are always like talking him up, and then you just see what happens.
Yeah.
Wow, my AI was running 2-minute, 4-second laps on these hards. Well, I guess it's better than the old days where if you disconnected, you were completely out.
Yeah, of course. It's just a shame that you're so consistently having this internet problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen during the week. Any other reason?
No, I was playing on the PlayStation for like 4 hours yesterday. Like around the same time, and I've had 0 issues.
What does your provider say?
I checked for outages, and there's nothing. And
No, I don't think it's an outage. It can't be an outage because it's too consistent.
Yeah, and it happens every Monday night. Like,
Yeah, no, it's something to do with the router itself. It's got some sort of...
I tried to check and see if it was scheduled for a reset on Mondays, but it keeps doing, like, it keeps cutting out at random times. I don't know if maybe my house is using a lot and it's just overheating.
Why don't you get a new... Why don't you swap the router out for a different one?
I'm gonna have to call my ISP and figure something out.
Thanks.
Gap to the car in front is 25.9 seconds. Behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
Thank you, MK.
Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 28.7 seconds.
Joe, don't run away. Come play with me.
No way.
Woo-hoo. I'll be good.
Nope.
We can play doctors and nurses.
Nope. There goes some ERS.
Okay, the car behind's catching you and a race of about 2 seconds a lap. Be aware.
Whoa! Whoa!
Even Mikey in a first stage of battle.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 31.4 seconds.
No! No!
Oh, it looks like a pass. Oh, never mind.
Oh!
They've almost gone.
Be my fluffer, Brent. Slow him down.
Oh boy, I've never heard that before.
I will not be your fluffer.
You tell him. Dave, you can't just make somebody your fluffer. I don't know what you think this is.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 28.7 seconds.
man. I'm about to be passed by your teammate, Dave.
Ah!
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Oh boy.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Come on, Dave. 3 laps, 35 seconds. You can do it.
We're currently trailing our teammate by 55.3 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 31.6 seconds.
I went for it. Yeah, I hit the wall and took my ring off.
Hi, Sammy.
Disappointed!
You can't be as disappointed as Tom. Oh no, Dave! Oh my God!
That's it. That's it. I'm reaching for the bleach. That's it. Where's the bleach bottle? Jesus! Oh my God!
It's under your drippy sink.
You can shut up and all.
Just stick your head under there. Just don't
Oh God! 276 quid on a new tap, and I get beaten by MK. What a perfect week it's been.
Well, you still got a broken safety valve there.
That's true, yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be flooded out. Then you call those shitty plumbers back, because he got it just right, because that's
just right.
That's the way to do it. I mean, there's nothing they could have done. They couldn't have shut the water off because he rigmarole set up over there. But
yeah.
freaking fastest lap.
I've seen them do it on a YouTube video, Joe. They can actually, they can put a new stopcock on inline while the water's on. But it's just, because it has to be done so quick. But yeah, you could do it with the water still on.
How the hell do you do it, quote, so quick without the water just gushing everywhere?
Because what happens is this stopcock clamps over to the top of the copper wire. Yeah, and then what you do is you screw in the bit where you turn the water on and off, the actual stopcock itself. Well, what you do with this is you screw it inside, and it actually screws into the copper pipe and takes that bit out, and that's how you get an on-off on your water supply in line. I've seen them do it. It is possible, but I wouldn't like to do it. Jesus.
Do you
Do I what?
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to be able to figure out how to shut the water off. I mean, so you can't shut it off from inside the house either, right?
No, I can't. Yeah, I can't shut it off at all at the moment. No, I can do it outside and turn it down, but it's still coming out. It's like 80% turned off, but there's still 20% of water coming out. So you can't do any work to the water supply because obviously the water's still coming out. 20% of water pressure is still too much to work on,
Well, it sounds like you can't get much done in terms of getting the town to look at it. But is there anything that can be done to fix it so inside the house you can shut the water off?
No, it's
the inside main.
No, they can't fix that. They have to shut it off from outside first before they can do anything on the inside.
Oh, okay. So you're really just basically waiting for the town to do it then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, yeah. 8 months.
I got an idea. Why don't you turn the sink on full blast when you call them and tell them you're being overrun by the water?
Go break the fucking pipe. Dig a hole and hit it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Brett. That's a little hardcore. I don't know if that's a good fucking idea. What if Brett, he's gonna puncture a gas line, and then he's gonna be
I'm bound to.
It'll get him out there.
It will.
It'll get him
there,
back there. Dave will be in orbit.
You never seen one of them lines hit when the excavator?
Yeah, right outside my house, Brent. They were redoing the pipe work about 5 years ago, and someone walked past late at night. I don't know what they had, but they had something, and they smacked straight through the pipe, and it coming out at full pressure. So I had to call the water board then to turn the water off at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was, but yeah, it done half shoot out, doesn't it? Jesus.
Okay, so what was the number you used to call the water board at 2 in the morning?
Just the usual number. Yeah, they are 24-hour.
So could you call them again and just tell them the situation and try to get the thing expedited? If you
Well,
speed talk 'em?
yeah, I've.
Tell them you think somebody broke it.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them you think there's a problem. Could you come out and look at it? 'Cause
Yeah.
this just seems to be a lot of water on your around your house.
There's a lot of water after that mains was broke because it completely flooded my basement out, but it all just it drains away, so it's not a problem. But yeah, it was literally like about as high as your ankles with water until they came out. Cause it took,
What the fuck? Did they pay for the damages?
No, well I don't use it. There's nothing down there to damage. It's completely void space. There's nothing down there.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I haven't got. I've got nothing down there. Yeah, the foundation.
So it's just a concrete foundation?
Concrete floor, that's it. Yeah, there's nothing down there. There's some bits of old wood and the stuff you accumulate over the years. But
the fucking stuff you have that Dave has in his basement. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those old wood bits. Yeah, I got
old
those
wood
too.
bits. Yeah, exactly. That's what you. But you're not worried about them, are you? But yeah,
there's the old wood bits. The woman you captured 10 years ago, she could have drowned.
She was all right. She was standing up. Didn't get that high.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna get on a list. Dave, I think this probably is something you can do about your water problem. I got a bit of a water problem here too, Dave. I got a toilet that won't stop flushing.
Oh no.
That's not the end of the world. It's just I got to replace the parts inside of it because I replaced the gasket, but it still kicks on every 20 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know what the internals of your toilets look like, but it has like this floater bulb thing that when the water goes up, that gets pushed up and it shuts off a switch inside.
Oh yeah, the old ones. That's the old ones.
You gotta push. Oh, you got like the actual floater, Bob?
Yeah, floater. That's the old ones. Yeah, I had one of them. Yeah, before they.
Yeah, the design is simple and it actually.
The new ones suck. The ones you gotta push down and turn.
Yeah. I've got.
You set the water level that way.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it doesn't have the floater bulb. It just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it once it hits.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about because I was looking at pictures of rebuild kits on Amazon and I was seeing that design and I was like, where the hell's the floater thing? And it must be those. It sits on a long metal rod that comes all the way across the tank, and then it's very flexible. I'm always bending it down, cranking it down to try to get the stupid thing to shut off, So I've got the bulb like cranked down. Yeah, but it's draining water a little bit out that gasket there at the bottom, and where it's draining the water, it's going into the toilet itself. So it's not like it's going anywhere and special. I replaced the gasket. It's still like running a little bit. It's better than it was. So what I did is I took it off, put it on, took it off, put it on. It was a Mansfield gasket. That was the brand that makes the toilet. So I'm assuming the gasket was correct, and I'm assuming that I put it on correct because I've done it a million times. So I bought the whatever you call that thing that goes up. Looks like I don't know, kind of like an upside down chalice. And I bought that off Amazon, and I'm just going to replace that tomorrow and see if maybe that's just not quite sitting correctly. And then if that doesn't... The overflow tube? No. Yep, it just fills with water every like 10, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Are you on a septic tank?
No.
What is it, leach field or whatever?
No, it's just town sewer. Yeah.
Well,
if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to do some karate action to the back of the toilet and see if that fixes it.
2-pound sledge, just go crazy.
Yeah. Because I have 3 of these toilets in the house, and they take turns acting like assholes.
I must admit though, Brent's right. The modern toilet just sucks because I had one put in last year. My old toilet was just like yours, Joe. 28 years and it was still flushing perfect. But I had it replaced under a grant. And the modern toilet, it's just, the flush itself, it's just so weak compared to my old toilet. Yeah, it's just so weak. You know, you're like, what in earth is
That's
that?
because they're all designed to be water efficient, which is nice in theory, but not nice if your
Exactly.
debris stays in the
Yeah.
toilet bowl. Like, because then you're wasting more water to flush it 5 times.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yeah, and yet the old
I
one.
had
You...
this conversation with somebody. Yeah, it's nice in theory, but if the theory isn't sound, then it actually does more damage to the environment. But has anyone ever seen that episode of Married with Children when Al gets a new toilet?
Probably, but I can't remember it. But
I remember the ones where he's having dreams about the women in the bed.
That's every episode. That's every episode. But it was an episode where he got a brand new toilet put in, and it was just this super impressive, like, flushing machine. And I just thought, man, I wished I could find a toilet like is being described in the show. But not that I have problems flushing, but. Yeah, there are places that have those. Yeah, exactly. Like they flush and it's just like a wave of water comes and I mean you could have like broken a bottle of super glue all over the back of the thing and it would have just drained it. I mean, mine's kind of just sad. It just.
That's exactly what mine does. It literally just goes.
Yeah.
Done.
Like, yeah. It's just depressing little, like, the plunger pops up and yeah. No. Nope. No. Yeah, I've seen that design too. No, it's really simple. It's only like 4 parts. It's the floater ball attached to the rod attached to a switch, and then there's the. Is somebody really sleeping?
Could be Randy. I recognise that snore.
Randy passed out.
Guys! I've been up since 2:30 a.m.
It was Randy. I recognise the snore.
I'm sorry, Randy. Is it the toilet conversation? That's terrible. I feel terrible.
No.
Oh man.
I had an early morning inventory this morning at 4 a.m. So yeah.
All right. Well, the toilet thing isn't that exciting, anyways. I mean.
Right.
I just wanted to talk about it with Dave because Dave's got his plumbing issues.
Oh
yeah. And then he's got his own house problems, whatever that is. Outside of his internal plumbing issues.
Oh god.
And then to top it off, then MK was driver of the day. So.
Yep. Poor Dave.
Well, Dave, let me know how it goes with your contacting the town. I mean, you are going to follow up with them, right? You're going to try to smooth it over.
Well, yeah. She said to me when I rang her, she said, "I'm going to put you on the top of the list now and see if we can get this done a lot quicker." I said, "Oh, thank you very much." This was on like Friday, I think. So.
Oh,
Just
I mean, you
set
could
yourself
call
an
back.
alarm and call every day.
Yeah.
Just be super nice, but you could call every day and just pretend like you're senile and you just can't remember.
Yeah.
Jesus, sorry. I called yesterday and I just didn't
Be like Bart from The Simpsons in the car. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Just be a nice senile old man,
Yeah.
Do that voice.
Oh my god, senile man.
That wouldn't be a stretch. Don't hit on her.
Alright guys, y'all have a good week.
You have a good week too. I'm gonna hop off too.
Yeah, but hop off, guys. See you guys next week, okay?
Yeah, get some sleep.
See you later.
Sounds good, guys. All right, good night, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye. Later on tonight, Dave's gonna be filming Titanic 2.
Yeah.
James Cameron's gonna show up at his house because it's suitable for filming.
It is.
Dave and Leonardo DiCaprio film a love story. And first floor is flooded out and drowns out Jack.
Sitting on top of that piece of wood.
Yeah. sitting on top of that shitty piece of wood in your basement,
Yeah,
and it's not enough. It's not enough to save Jack. And
I know.
That's messed up.
Oh, she was such a bitch. There was plenty of room on that piece of wood. He could have got up there.
I think that too.
Yeah,
I think that too.
yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not like if she really was that concerned about him, why let the guy freaking die and float to the bottom of the planet?
Exactly.
I mean, he could maybe paddle over and find another piece of wood. I mean, that's an idea.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it was roles reversed, and I would have been like, hang on, Steph, let me try to find some wood around here because this giant ship just sank. I'm sure there's something. Instead, he's got time for speeches and then just drowns.
And then the other thing, you think about it, Joe. She was sitting on a piece of wood. Yeah, he could have sat. He could have sat on top of her, couldn't he? Because he'd been in the same space.
A lot of freaking things he could do. And the thing is, he was holding onto the piece of wood, talking to her, and she's freezing cold, and he's freezing cold. I'm not sure I understand fully why it is that he drowns or he gives up. Like, what was she not cold too? Like, is he somehow less tolerant to the cold and just bit the dust? Like, what happened there? I have to rewatch it. Well, wouldn't she have been colder, MK, because she was exposed to water and the air, as opposed to just...
No, I don't know. That's a bit of heavy science you got there, Joe. You'd have to go on the Discovery Channel and try and find that out. Well, that's some serious science, that is.
There's probably some science that explains how...
Yeah, probably. I just say she should have put him on top, and then everything would be fine.
Well, I mean, Jack's got to be like 170 pounds. I mean, if she puts him on top, is that little piece of wood, that little 2x10, is that really going to still keep floating, or are they going to capsize and they're both gone? I mean, if Steph was on the piece of wood and it's small enough, I don't think I would try to climb on top and then drown us both. But I think I would consider, maybe, if you watch the scene, he's kind of just talking to her and, lovey-dovey shit. And he could have just turned around. Maybe that giant boat that just sank would have, I don't know, spit up a life jacket or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of debris. Must have been with a ship like that. It would have been everywhere.
Everything that floats that wasn't inside the vessel is going to come to the surface fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a movie.
It was just done for a narrative standpoint, wasn't it? It was just, the way of moving the movie along, basically, wasn't it? He had to die.
That movie, Dave. That movie came out at a bad time because I was in 5th grade, so I was about, I don't know, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Every single 5th grade girl was so in love with that Leonardo DiCaprio asshole.
Oh yeah.
It's like it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter if you were a good-looking guy in 5th grade because you weren't Leonardo DiCaprio. So just forget about it. They all had books, T-shirts, and I was just so sick of that goddamn movie in 5th grade. They carried on to 6th grade, and then I don't know who the chicks liked back then, some boy band or something. But yeah, for a while there, it was that Leonardo DiCaprio guy, and every guy tried to have the haircut for a while to try to bridge the gap between whatever they were and they weren't. But I just remember thinking, damn, this stupid guy, this stupid movie. Didn't even survive. He drowns.
Drowns, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he could have taken off his pants and tried to make some sort of flotation device out of them.
He could have done.
Yeah. You'd think. Yeah. See, I mean, I thought that was just kind of common knowledge to a point, and then this guy, this guy, he's too busy drawing naked ladies to learn that little trick.
Yeah.
Anyway, freaking Jack. All right, guys, have a good week. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't watch Titanic; it's depressing. All right, bye, guys. Good night, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for following the stream tonight. I'll catch you in the next video.